Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Hey.
And Brandon.
Hello.
We're going to talk about games and things.
Games and things.
Games and things.
Pokemon Oreos? I didn't look at this list before we started.
Is it a game? Is it a snack?
I have those. I bought some today.
It's a real thing.
It is. I literally bought some today.
I literally also bought some today.
What are they?
They're Oreos, and instead of having the normal chocolate circle thing with like the Oreo logo, it's replaced with different Pokemon on where the Oreo logo would be instead.
But are they still regular flavored Oreos?
Still regular flavored Oreos. They just have Pokemon logos instead.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They don't cost anything different, so I was just like, I'll get this bag instead. Let's go.
Hey, Oreos are like one of the best cookies. I'm just gonna
They
say
are.
that.
They are quite good.
Fighting my so I recently, besides the Pokemon ones, last week I bought the mint chocolate chip, or it's not mint chocolate chip, but it's like the green mint ones. But right below the Pokemon ones today were the Halloween orange ones, staple in the household. It's not Halloween.
Yes.
It's not Halloween until those come into the house. However, I feel like it's too early for the Halloween. I feel like October 1st, Halloween Oreos happening. But September, I'm still in my regular Oreo, and like they have like pumpkin spice Oreos, I think. So I'm like, ooh, but yeah, the Halloween Oreos though, necessity.
Well, I mean, the pumpkin deluge of stuff usually starts at like the end of August now.
Oh yeah, Starbucks was cranking out PSLs like August 15th.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's like that's like a little too soon. Like,
yeah,
and it's the other thing that gets me too, because like I love pumpkin beer, like love pumpkin beer.
Really, I can't.
But for some reason, like, so they start churning out pumpkin beer in like the end of August.
Yeah,
but then it disappears right before Halloween.
Yep.
Like you have to buy it before Halloween, or it's not there.
It's gone.
Which doesn't make sense to me. Because A, you want it at least through Halloween. But B, I feel like pumpkin stuff is at least appropriate through Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's like most retail stores like cycle for that shit is super weird anyway. Because I remember like last year I needed to buy, I think it was like an ice scraper for my car, and it was like January 5th. And I went to Home Depot. I was like, "Hey, you guys got ice scrapers?" They're like, "No, they're out for the season." I'm like, "Bitch, it's gonna snow till like March. What do you mean?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so like stuff like that has always been weird. Like, yep, August start cranking out the pumpkin spice, and then by October it's gone. So,
and you know what the thing is too, like with food especially, like the turnover for food's a lot faster than the turnover for like items like car scrapers.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you run out of car scrapers. It's probably like, hey, we accidentally sold more than we expected to this year, and we're not ordering more until next year. Got it. But it's like with food, it's like, you know, you got a couple more weeks. Like you're going to be ordering these things regularly.
Yeah. It's not even like it's Halloween beer, right? It's pumpkin beer. So like you could be drinking that shit till like Thanksgiving, honestly.
Oh yeah. I usually buy like extra, so I have it through like the end of the year. Because then I'm usually after Christmas, I'm like I could care less at that point. But I usually like at least have some through Thanksgiving. But no, you can't. And even too, like I remember like at Wegmans, like I went there on Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, on Halloween, and it's not that they like sold it and they just didn't restock it. It's they literally go out of their way to package it back up and take it off the floor. Like I saw, there's one day I was there, I think, or on Halloween, it was all wrapped up in plastic.
Just couldn't get bullshit.
Hot bullshit.
So, but yeah, so the pumpkin Oreos or the Halloween Oreos are out, but the Pokemon Oreos, it was funny too because I walked right past them because there was an end cap with Oreos on them, and then there was a whole aisle of Oreos because they don't just have the one flavor.
Yeah, the end cap didn't have it. Is it the same for you? Did your end cap not have it?
My
it was just
on.
Your end cap had it.
Yes.
I checked the end cap because, like, when I used to stock at Target and shit, they were like, the new stuff goes on the end cap. So I was at a local Walmart, and I was like, okay, I'm expecting it to be on the end cap. And I was like, oh, shit, it's not here. So then I just went down the normal cookie aisle, and it was on there. And I was like, why would you not put this on the end cap? What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you not want to make money? Come on, guys. Come on, get it together.
Yeah, that was wild.
I also bought the $20 worth of Pokemon cards, but that's another story.
That's different. But yeah, there's
had an EV case. It spoke to me, so I bought them for Katie.
Oh yeah, of course. I love EV.
Yeah.
You got to go to Build-A-Bear and get your evolutions.
We don't have one of those here.
What?
I don't think we do.
Hold on. No, you're lying. Build-A-Bear, Georgia. That's
well, yeah,
Atlanta
we probably haven't in. Yeah, probably, but I'm not driving 45 minutes and spending a shit ton of time in traffic to build a bear.
Not in the backwoods of Georgia where Brandon lives.
How far are you from Atlanta?
Like 45 minutes, but 2 hours and 45 minutes with traffic.
Okay, because apparently Phipps Plaza has one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised they have it in Atlanta. We used to literally have one here, and then the shopping mall where it was at kind of went downhill.
Gotcha.
You also used to have a Disney store in there. It was nice. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah. So yeah, Pokemon Oreos.
Yeah, Pokemon Oreos.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Gotta eat them. We just fucking did this.
Oh, Pikachu, let me eat your delicious cream.
Oh,
I don't like that.
No, I'm not okay with that.
I'm not a fan, my dude.
Maybe that, we could think of Pokemon Oreo taglines. Like, I'm sure they didn't do one. Let's see. Machamp, what's in between those buns?
Oh.
Yeah?
Gardevoir Oreos, that one kind of writes itself.
It's so weird that that's like one of the top results for like Rule 34. That's
This is video game related. So
yeah, of course.
I will bring this up. So you guys are you both Android phone users?
No.
Oh yeah, you're not. You have all the iOS shit.
So I have an Android and an iOS. They're super old though.
So Brandon,
what
on your Android phone? Do you have the thing where you swipe to the left and have like the news cards?
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
So I did mine last. Like I was swiping through my news cards because I like going through them sometimes, and a thing popped up in my news cards that I was like, why did Google vet this into my news feed?
It's probably some Forbes article because that shit shows up all the time.
It was straight up hentai.
What?
Ooh.
Of Anka the cat from Animal Crossing.
Why? What was that in your news feed?
I don't know. I do not know.
Your news feed is lit, my dude.
It was like, honestly, it was like Deathloop review, some card that I really like, something else about like Marvel stuff. Here's a zone hentai of Anka from Animal. I was like, why is this in my news feed? I was like, I would understand if I Google that kind of shit, but I don't. So I was like, just flabbergasted. The fact I was like, why is Google just straight up now just pushing porn in my news cards? Wild. I don't know. It's weird.
That has something to do with your search history.
No, I use DuckDuckGo for that, my dude. You ain't tracking me. Good luck. I'm behind 7 proxies.
You say DuckDuckGo isn't, but the phone probably is just on its own.
That's true.
You'd be like, let's see what the keyboard typing says here.
Yeah, they fucking put a keylogger in. Oh my god. Wonderful.
So they don't even have to look at your web results. They just look at your keylogs.
We know what you're in the mood for. I was like, well, all right. I guess this is a thing. Weird. Weirded me out. Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got?
Video games?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I can talk about what I played. It's new.
But no. I think we're going to do this first because I want to have this conversation with you because you just mentioned that you were having reviews sent to you for Deathloop. Would you like to hear my thoughts on Deathloop?
I wasn't having reviews sent to me, but literally every major news outlet is giving that game like essential and game of the year, like contender and all of that stuff. And my thing was, right before you even get started, I will say my stance on this right now. I would love to play this game. However, knowing that Bethesda is now owned by Microsoft, I know in a year it's going to be on Game Pass anyway. So I'm not going to pay money for a game that I'm going to have probably like an Ultimate Edition of in a year anyway.
Although you are probably right. I'm not going to disagree with you. But I will also say Deathloop is a very special game that is very different from anything I've played in a very, very long time.
So like you're trying to say don't wait.
I'm trying to say don't wait.
Okay.
I'm trying to say this will definitely be coming up in Game of the Year conversation, without a doubt.
Gotcha.
The thing about this game right?
Yeah.
Do you know what immersive sims are?
Immersive sims?
Yeah, it's a type of, it's a gaming genre. It's from like the 90s and early 2000s and that sort of thing.
Not
so
exactly.
those games consist of things like System Shock, which is what BioShock was based off of, and Deus Ex, like the original games, you know, where you're given not necessarily an open world, but you're given enough of different parts of a world that's like specifically crafted the way it should be. So it doesn't feel like it's just, you know, a little here, a little there. It doesn't feel linear, but it also doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed. You know what I mean? It's like the perfect balance in between, that sort of deal. But an immersive sim is that kind of world where you have the option of tackling your like main goal in the game so many different sorts of ways that like it feels like a playground. Like think of like the Dishonored games. Those were like kind of like immersive sims, but not really, because they were very linear still. This is a lot more open, and with that said, it's a lot more interesting than the Dishonored games because of the, so this game is broken up into like 4 different parts.
Okay.
There is the day, night, evening, morning cycle, and there is the restarting of the level after those 4 cycles.
Okay.
So when you're playing this game, you will learn things by exploring the world and like tackling like missions and that sort of thing. And you basically have like a corkboard of information that is given to you as you find papers and read it around the map. And some of the papers and some of the like audio logs that you will find will be of like people talking about meeting up with each other at this moment in time or whatever and what have you. And what that essentially means is it's giving you the information you need for the later bits of the game, so you know where to go find these people and how to go about it. So say for instance, and I'm going to give you one very specific instance that's not really a spoiler because I'm not going to tell you anything about them, but there are 2 main boss enemies of the 8 people you have to kill. Okay. There are 8 people you have to kill, and you have to kill them all in a single run. And if you do that, then you can beat the game, supposedly. I'm not 100% sure, but that's like the plot line I've been given thus far by the game itself. And 2 of these people are lovers. So if you go to their hidden fuck shack at a specific point in time, you can kill 2 people at once.
Okay, like that.
And like the character that you're playing as quite literally says, they don't know it, but they're about to enter into a threesome with my guns. And yeah, it's things like that where it gets really interesting because you have to find this information, you have to find these codes to open up locked doors, you have to find this stuff that it makes this essentially a action shooter stealth puzzle game that also has looter shooter mechanics to it, but the looting shooting mechanics are also done in such an interesting way because it's like when you kill an enemy, the first time you kill one of the major big bads, they drop you like a special ability. So think of like the blink ability that you have in Dishonored, where you can like teleport around the map and that sort of thing and be more sneaky, stealthy. And so like you can get an ability like that by killing a specific enemy. And when you do that, then you now have that ability. But at the end of the day, you're going to lose it. However, there's a way that you can keep your abilities and guns and weapons and like perks that you get that you can put on your guns, but that's like you don't learn about that until like 2 hours in, and essentially it then makes the game like a rogue light because you can infuse your weapons and you carry that over into a loadout after your reset whenever the game does the death loop essentially, and you start over from the beginning of the day. But you retain all of your knowledge from what you've explored that day in a handy like notebook
Okay.
And it's like a cork board like notebook that you can go to and check out at any point in time just by pressing the touchpad button. And it gives you all this information on where you've read codes and where these doors that you found are that are locked, and where you found like audio logs that have said like so and so is going to be at this place, or this place opens up at this time, and you're able to plan your day in the game around the information you get. And sometimes when you go into those new areas that you've just gotten the information from before, this gives you more new information, and this allows you to get to more new areas. So it's a constant set of always finding something new, because the more information you find out about the game and the more you learn about the game, the more things open up to you and the more places you can freely go to. Mm-hmm. And I think that is fantastic, and it makes it feel like the game is that much more like, it makes it feel like a bigger game, because like when you play something like Yakuza, for instance, that's a pretty small map. But there's so many things happening in that very small map that you never really feel like you're just doing the same thing, because there's so many different side missions and this, that, and the other. And even though that's like a small, linear sort of open world game, but it's way smaller than something like a gigantic Assassin's Creed game, it feels like there's so much more to the game, because there actually is so much more to it, because in that small space they've been able to cram so many missions and so many faces and so many interactable things that you can do. And that's kind of the same thing they do here in Deathloop. It's a much smaller world where it's just 4 parts of an island and 4 times of day and 8 people that you're specifically trying to kill, but they've got their little henchmen and that sort of thing. But when you say that, it feels like that's a much smaller game in scope, but with the information I gave you about finding new info and using that info to get to different parts of the map and solving puzzles and being able to go to different areas of the world at different times of day and planning your day around that, until eventually you've got all the information you need to plan your day around. All right, in the morning I'm going to kill these 2 at this place, and then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to kill these 3 here, and then so on and so forth. And you've got to find basically a way to piece a puzzle together so that you can kill all 8 people in a single day, so that you can in the game, more or less. But all the more info and the more story stuff you find out about the game, the more interesting and the more it actually makes you want to go towards that goal, even though you're going back to the same places you have before, because you've unlocked different doors, you've unlocked different rooms, you've unlocked different events that are happening. And even though it's like, I've been to this area, different things are now happening in that area at different times of day, so it makes the game feel like it's a lot bigger than it actually is. So it's not overwhelming, but it is like, at first when you start, it feels very small, and then as you learn more and more, the knowledge is what makes the game better. It's what like pushes you forward. The more you learn about the world and the people in it, the more interesting the game gets. And just so you know, the multiplayer aspect of it can be turned to single player, so you can be invaded by AI instead of by actual people. And that's like a whole nother part of the game as well, because when you're invaded by AI, that person or that AI is going to have abilities sometimes that you don't have. And if you kill them, you get that ability, which means you didn't have to go to that boss to get that ability. You just got it without having to do the assassination. So if you don't want to do that assassination that day and you want to learn more information about a boss instead at a different time, you can do that.
Gotcha.
And honestly, the game's kind of genius. It doesn't miss. It really does not miss.
I love it.
So yeah, that's as vague as I can be about the game without giving anything away.
Okay.
While still trying to explain everything that the game's about. So, there's that.
Okay.
I put a lot of hours into it already, but I don't know how many hours because I don't have a timer to tell me how many hours, and it just feels like I've spent a lot of time with it, but it hasn't outstayed its welcome or anything. It feels more like doing like a run of something like Dead Cells or that sort of thing,
Yeah.
but on a much more advanced level. And I really dig it. This is probably the second AAA roguelite that we've gotten this year. And I'm not sick of them, and this one's fucking awesome.
Well, if there's ever a day where you're sick of roguelites, I'll be absolutely shocked.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
It's like your favorite genre.
It really is.
I like a lot of the ones that I've played, so.
All right, that's all I wanted to say. It's a good game. You should definitely play it. Done.
Done. So, Nick, you had another topical game, or were you just talking about the Oreos? I don't remember.
No, I did have another topical game. I mean, it's not super. I don't know. I bought the Mario Golf game.
The Switch one?
Yeah.
The one that Brandon hated with the burning passion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How is it?
I have fun with it.
That's good.
Yeah, I have fun with it.
I'm glad that you're having fun with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what your original.
My issue was a lot of the extra modes of the game, and mostly with the story mode being tied specifically to those extra modes, and they're just not fun.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Because me and my girlfriend were playing it, and she was having a lot of fun with it. I was having a lot of fun with it, and like, I don't know, when I kind of turned my brain off and was playing it, I was like, this is Mario Golf. Like, I'm just golfing, and it was.
Were you playing the mode where you like have to continuously run to the ball and you have to like?
Oh no, we were just playing like.
Those modes were the ones that made me hate the game with a fiery passion.
Regular old golf.
Yeah, those modes were the ones that made me hate the game with a fiery passion because, like I said, a lot of the places, a lot of the single player consists of only those modes, and it's not fun. It's really not fun.
Yeah, no, it was like I said, it's fun. I don't have a problem playing it. I mean, I did start because one of the free things that they give you, I'm not sure if this was at launch or not, but they give you the Mario Odyssey.
No, that came afterwards.
And those are a little stupid, but like in a fun, stupid way. Because like that, obviously that landscape was not meant to be a golf course. So like what you have is where you start, and then the green where you land for the hole, and then the rest of the fairway, so to speak, is just the streets of New Donk City. So like you can just hit your ball off a building and it can just bounce all crazy around. And it's just a lot of nonsense.
That's essentially my experience with the entire single player. I'm going to tell you that right now. So there is the first area of the single player is just like learning about speed golf, which is hit your ball, outrun your opponent getting to your ball first, and then continuously play at the same time as them, which is fine. It's just boring and monotonous. But there's another mode that comes after it when you get to the second area, and that second area is actual garbage. And this golf mode is where you have to go to all of the greens, but you play off of them from every shot. So, like, you take a shot, you get to a green in 3 hits. All right, now you're on that green, and you have to take your shot from that green, getting up to another green that's on a fuck-off hill that's way high up. And you have to find some way to do that, and most of the time it's through tornadoes that are scattered around the map, or using the hazards to actually get your ball where it needs to be. But the hazards are very RNG based to the point where like you can't quite get it where it needs to be. So sometimes you'll get that perfect shot, and other times the game will just say fuck you, and you will have to restart the entire thing over. And that shit sucks dick.
Gotcha. That's fair. I can understand the frustration with that. But no, just like playing like a regular multiplayer game, like it was it was pretty fun. I like it.
I mean, the golfing's fine. It's just those other modes that are just fucking trash.
Yeah. So I was having fun with it.
That's good. I'm glad you were enjoying it.
One other thing I'd like to mention too, while we're recording here, I saw an alert go up. I now own a Series S. So that's cool.
Yo, congrats!
So I saw my chance and I took it because the Microsoft Store got them back in stock.
Very nice. Well, we'll have to follow up with you on that when you get it all hooked up and ready. I have some game suggestions for you. When you
I don't think there's anything that I currently own that I can't play.
Right? Oh no, I just mean Game Pass. We'll talk Game Pass games that I definitely recommend playing.
that you may or may not have already played.
That's fair.
I don't think you've played Craftopia.
No, I haven't.
Cracktopia?
No, Craftopia.
Like
it is literally a game that rips
macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, something like that. It's literally a game that rips off all other games. Like,
I mean, that's good, I guess.
It's a like Breath of the Wild clone. It's a Dynasty Warriors clone. It's like like just you've got things that are like Age of Empires. You got things that are like Civ because you can like advance to different ages, and like then you have different kinds of weapons and different kinds of people and stuff. That it's a literal ripoff of everything, but it plays so well that I don't give a shit. It's so good.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
It's on Game Pass. It was added last week. We actually played it as our really stream game. So
yeah, I recently downloaded Gungeon and Hades through Game Pass. Even though I already have both of those games on PC, I was like, why not have it? Because I have it for free basically. So yeah,
well, why not?
But I figured like now's the time. Well, because like the One S that I currently own is the Gears of War bundle that came out years ago. If you remember that one,
okay,
that was like the teal colored one that came with literally every single Gears of War game. And I was like, well, that's kind of getting old, and I don't buy anything physical from Xbox anymore, and I wouldn't mind having a smaller console in there. So yeah, fuck it, why not?
There you go.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I've pretty much have to talk about. If one of you want to take the wheel,
I am the only one left.
Oh yeah, true. We already talked about Deathloop.
Yeah, Deathloop's fucking amazing. That's really all you need to know.
Yeah. So I played the new WarioWare Get Together. It's fun. It's WarioWare.
Oh shit! Yeah. I never would have guessed.
I know, who would have known? So we talked about it before when the demo came out, but basically the game lets you play as a bunch of different of the WarioWare characters, and they each have like different moves available to them, and depending on which character you have, kind of drastically changes the way that like the minigame is played. So not only do you have like that moment where you're like, do I know what to do when this thing pops up? Which obviously when you play the WarioWare games, the more you are familiar with the minigames, like the easier that part gets. But then the question is also, how the fuck do I do it with the person I'm playing as? Because sometimes it's not obvious. Because there's a couple characters there's one character that does not move. Like you do not walk them around on the screen. They do have ways to like move around the screen, but it depends on what kind of the goal is of the WarioWare game you're playing. So like maybe you have to like catch a ring and move that way. There's a couple of characters that do that, but then there's ones who they can like just walk around. There's some that are just moving on their own. There's some that are just not intuitive with how they move. So you just have like a bunch of different things, and it can kind of just catch you off guard depending on how you're playing. So that's pretty cool. There's a bunch of different modes. The story mode's kind of interesting. The idea is like Wario and his friends are all sucked into a video game, and they're hunting game bugs, and they're just kind of like self-aware of that whole process. So you're going through and doing that. What else do they have? There's a bunch of multiplayer stuff. I've not played the multiplayer on it, and I don't know when or if that will happen anytime soon. So it's not like I'd be able to talk about those things. Unfortunately, they look interesting, but I just don't have anyone to play with it at home. So sorry, I can't really talk about those things. What else do they got? There's like a challenge, like a online challenge mode where you can do like rankings and like rank yourself against your friends on like certain like the one that was up there last week and it changes weekly is, what was it? You play as like 9 volts and it's just like a super fast, like very, very like basically you have like one chance to get this level done. Like very specific trigger point to make it work, or you fucked it up and you're just on to the next one. And so just you keep on like it just, I think it was like something like 17 or 18 levels, like WarioWare stages. And then it's just like that's the end, and then you get your score, and depending on how you do it, that's how you did. So I mean that kind of stuff's really interesting. There is like a thing where you get like gotcha presents, and then you can give them to the different WarioWare characters and level them up.
Okay.
Which gets you like bonus artwork and things and different like what's the word I'm looking for? Like not outfits, but just kind of like color customization options. That's probably the best way to put it. Yeah. So there's that. I don't know what else they got. Like it's WarioWare. Like if you play WarioWare, you know what it is in its core in terms of what's available and what's unlockable. And then just the big thing is just how you play this one's different because you're playing as the characters in the games as opposed to whatever mission the game is on its own. It's not like D-pad and A, just every time it'd be like, oh, if I'm playing as Wario, I need to do this move, but if I'm playing as 9-volt, I need to do this move, and it just really depends quite very much between person.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. It's WarioWare. If you like WarioWare, you'll like it. If you don't like WarioWare, then you should like WarioWare.
I like WarioWare.
Like yeah, just play it. Do you guys have any questions on it?
Can it be played handheld?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
1000%. Yeah, no issues with that at all.
That is all I needed to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't use like the motion controls or anything. So there's absolutely no reason you can't. I'm actually pretty sure you can do multiplayer with just like one Joy-Con each, too. Fairly certain, like 90%. And it's also something I don't care enough to look up, but I'm pretty positive on that.
I gotcha.
So, because it's just like I said, it's just you move and you hit a button just like you would in every like other WarioWare. Because the big difference is you're controlling the characters on screen. So, yeah, that kind of stuff going on. And the story, like I'll say, look again, the story mode is pretty fun. Like it's not like it's a really deep story, but just the way they put it together is really fun. I really like the Nintendo stages, like always, and there's some like cool ones because they actually did ones for like Switch games this time, with like Switch graphics and everything. Like there's a Breath of the Wild one where you're doing stuff. So yeah. I don't know. Do you guys have any other questions? I don't know what to say about WarioWare.
I mean, I don't really have anything. Like you've given me the information I need already, and
Well, what other information do you want? Make up information.
Fuck. All right. How? Okay. Did they nerf Wario's ass? I really need to know. Did they nerf Wario's ass? Because I'm gonna be very angry if they did.
What do you mean by nerf his ass?
Like made it smaller, to more coincide with the body image that they're looking to share around, more healthy alternative. They don't want seeing that fat badonka donk of Wario and being like, man, I want that. I just gotta go fucking shove some cakes down my gullet and hopefully I'll get it. And then they were like, that's advertising bad hygiene and bad health, and we need to step back from that. So we gotta nerf Wario's ass.
No, I don't think so. You get all sorts of crazy Warios, just like in the other WarioWares. Like, sometimes you get super buff Wario. Sometimes you got really fat Wario. Sometimes you got really hungry Wario. Sometimes you got really stank Wario. It all depends. It all depends on which one you got. So they give you all the options.
The ass is not nerfed. That's good.
Yeah, definitely not. 100%.
I make up enough for you to do something with that.
I don't know. Listen, I just don't really know what else to say about it.
I don't fucking either.
It's WarioWare.
It's WarioWare.
I'll play it, but yeah, I mean, I figured, you can play one WarioWare.
Yeah, it's still got a cute little anime song.
So Ashley's in it.
Yeah, Ashley's in it.
I love Ashley.
I can't tell if this is a joke or not, but I kind of hope it's not because it's hilarious. If so, there's just a fucking news story that says the star of Deathloop can't get a PlayStation 5 to play his own game.
It seems legit.
Incredible.
Yeah, I believe it. So I guess that's all we got game wise. Unless you got anything else. Anyone sitting on anything? Like any big secrets?
Secrets?
Nope. No. Okay. News time.
Oh,
Nintendo Switch firmware's update.
Oh shit, there's a firmware update.
Yeah, Nintendo's like, hey, by the way, guys, we finally figured out what Bluetooth audio is. So you can have it.
Oh, it turns out we just had to turn a Switch on. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Surprise. We thought that we couldn't do it, but we can. Who knew? It was there the whole time.
I saw this guy on fucking Twitter just straight up being like, "You guys have been begging for this forever, and now that it's here, all I'm hearing is like, oh, it took them long enough. Can't you be grateful for anything? My gosh!" And I'm just sitting here like, dude, like Bluetooth audio has been a thing since like 2008. I don't think that we should be happy now that Nintendo has realized how to do it like more than 10 years later.
Yeah. Oh, the person who was starving me finally gave me food. So thank you. You are.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank you,
it.
sir. May I please have some more?
Thank you, sir. May I please have a working online service?
Maybe it works for some games.
No.
I don't know if I'm mad that it took so long, or if I'm mad that it was just as simple as, oh, firmware update.
Dude, I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's worse, you know?
I mean, it's there now. I mean, I really can't complain. I mean, honestly, I didn't even have any Bluetooth headphones until like 6 months ago. So,
I mean, I feel you there. I'm just saying, like, the fact that it wasn't an option is kind of ridiculous this far out. And, it's just stupid.
I would have to think on like the back end, there probably was some reason why they were sitting on it. But, yeah.
Could it be that Nintendo was just incompetent?
Could be.
Probably.
I mean, it's possible.
I feel like that's one of the major reasons Nintendo sits on a lot of things, because they're completely fucking incompetent.
Well, and it's also, they're probably just like, but if we put Bluetooth headphones in, maybe a pedophile can talk to them over the headphones.
Ooh.
Yeah. They also, like, they take that weird angle sometimes. So,
that doesn't make any sense because the microphone doesn't work on Bluetooth headphones.
No, I know it does.
Did you trying to tell me it took them that long to figure out how to mute a microphone and not allow it to pick it up, but pick up the headphones?
Or maybe they were afraid that someone would hack into their Switch and then talk to the kid over the Bluetooth headphones that way. Be like, hey, buddy, let's see your Switch.
Or
come behind the tree.
Or
some candy.
Or maybe Nintendo is fucking incompetent.
Let me see your butthole.
I got some Pokemon Oreos for you to lick the cream out of.
Butthole.
Yeah. So I mean, that's that. Then what else did it have? It had the option you can update your firmware for your dock now, and
what's it do?
Nothing at the moment.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it is not. It is confirmed that it is not just a feature of the new dock. It is also for the old dock.
Yes.
So it's going to do something at some point. Like, I don't know, maybe when you upgrade it, it'll be like a plastic panel will fall away and there'll be an Ethernet port there. I would die. But I could see Nintendo do it. It'd be like, oh, we had this here all the time. We're just waiting to unlock it for you.
The Ethernet port was there the whole time.
And you get an Ethernet port, and you get an Ethernet port.
And they're just like, yo, we patched in 4K gaming. Now all your games run at 5 FPS instead. You're welcome. And they just mic drop and walk off.
And then there's a new, what is it? I just was going to say, a new, like, controller calibration thing.
Yep.
There.
Damn! Does it fix the broken Switch controller?
No, you need a piece of cardboard, Brandon. We are talking
about that. I know. I bought my stuff. I'm gonna repair them. I have a fucking repair kit right here. It consists of an old birthday card and a screwdriver I bought at Walmart.
There you go. Just careful. Nick will tell you your buttons will launch across the fucking room.
Yes, they will.
That's the number one thing I've learned about the Switch. I've not tried it. But I just know that if I tried to, be somewhere where it can't launch across the fucking room.
Oh, so, it is what it is.
Yeah. There's other random Nintendo news too.
I got some news. It's great. Okay, hold on. Let me see if it is still going the way it is. Hold on.
Nintendo news?
No. Theft Auto 5 PS5. Let's see.
But I'm still talking about Nintendo stuff, so I'm just
okay. Holy shit, it's worse than it was.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we'll go through that in a second. But yeah, no. So apparently Nintendo has they just did like a copyright or patent or whatever on a new controller for the Switch.
Okay.
And it's like a rectangle.
Okay.
Like just a rectangle, and everyone's speculating on now. Yeah, everyone. So your conspiracy theories think it ties into because everyone thinks that Game Boy for Nintendo Switch Online is going to launch this month. So they're
this month.
This month.
Why this month?
Because it's September. That's why. So it is the month for Nintendo Switch Online.
Okay.
So that's why they think it's because the anniversary for Nintendo Switch Online is September. The NES and the Super Nintendo, I believe, both launched in September.
Okay.
So they're just like, this is the month. This is our year. COVID messed up last year, but this year we're gonna get Game Boy. So,
all right.
I guess a lot of people, Eurogamer, like someone, like one of the quote unquote leakers was like, yeah, Game Boy's coming, but I guess like Eurogamer went through and confirmed it with their own sources, supposedly. So and I think some other sites did too. So, I mean, is it far-fetched if it's coming? Not really. I mean, it's a very obvious next step. And what it includes, nobody would know. Like, is it going to be just Game Boy Color? Or is it going to be, like, also Game Boy Advance? Nobody knows. Could be everything. Could be nothing. Knows. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see if that's what actually happens. And then another rumor popped up, I think it was today, or at least recently, that N64 is also on that plate as well. So... we'll see. That. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It would be kind of weird if they did, almost. Like I figured they would, and maybe they'll do it as like a more premium, like individual, like a la carte kind of thing. But at this point, with like everything kind of being sold separately already in some form or another, I don't know what they would do. I don't know. That is it. That is all the speculation I got there. Not anything else. But that control, I don't know what's a fucking rectangle controller for? I don't know.
What rectangle games?
Wiimote.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it could also be like a second screen for some reason.
Like a Wii U?
They're just gonna port every Wii U game over even faster by having us have a Wii U controller.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably what they need. You know what? Actually, what if that's what it is?
That would be if it was like like a smaller form factor, but like better built Wii U gamepad, and you can click the Joy-Cons into.
Yeah.
Like
you have the Switch in the dock, and then you have like another screen that the Joy-Cons click into in your hand.
No.
That I don't know why no one else has thought of this yet. I've not seen this idea yet.
Yeah, it's because I'm a fucking genius, you know. You know how
it makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Nintendo incompetent. They just want to re-release Wii U games, and what could make it come faster? A Wii U controller for the Switch, baby.
Well, I mean, you think things like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, easy enough, no big deal, blah blah blah. But this opens doors because now they're gonna be like, oh, Nintendo Land.
They're just like, yo, Zombie U, we in there.
Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft already ported that to another system without it. I mean, I guess they wouldn't necessarily need to.
Nah, man, we gotta get the Wii U version on the Switch. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you got that, and then like maybe like Xenoblade Chronicles. They were like, we need this. Excuse me.
Here, I'm just gonna type into Google Wii U games that aren't on Switch.
I mean, in terms of Nintendo stuff, there's not that much left.
Nintendo Land, Star Fox. Oh no.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go.
We found it. That's it. That's the reason. The controller is specifically for Star Fox Zero, just so I can experience it in all its shitty glory again.
Yeah. And that explains why. So, like, the thing, I'm just going to double check the
explains my crippling depression.
Oh, my God.
So, yes, it's that one. No, but if I remember, like, right, because I saw the picture for it, like, it was, Where is it?
Wii Sports Club? Why did we... Okay, so this is the one game, right, that hasn't been re-released, that every time I, like, see it, I'm just like, why hasn't that been re-released? And that's SNES Remix Pack. Why has that not been re-released?
Because you have the SNES things.
Do you not remember what the Remix Pack is?
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
It was those mini games that were like WarioWare, but took place specifically in SNES games, and they were completely different from the original version of the game, and it had like all these special modes and things, and it was weird and it was fun, and it was only on the Wii U.
No, you're right.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they didn't do. What did they do a Super Nintendo one?
No,
just the NES one.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So,
I think
but
they
did
did
put
two NES ones actually.
Yeah, and then on the 3DS they bundled them together.
They bundled them together, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't understand why that's not there. I don't understand why the Wii Sports one's not there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
yeah. I mean, you're playing as fucking Princess Peach against Bowser in the final stage of Super Mario 3. Like that's not correct.
And so the thing with this pad, and I just double checked it just to make sure that I didn't misremember it. Okay. It doesn't show you what the front of the controller looks like. Yeah, it just shows you the top and the back. Mm-hmm. So that means the front could just be a screen that your Joy-Cons plug into.
Nailed it, man. I fucking nailed it.
We lawyered it. We figured it out. Mystery solved. Yeah, you don't have to stop talking to your Nintendo uncle. You don't need him anymore.
We're your Nintendo uncle.
Yeah. So there you go. But I mean, like I said, it does make sense. Because then they could do the Wii U stuff, and then they could do the 3DS stuff too.
True. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We solved it.
Yeah. So get your hopes up. It's going to be announced this month. All of the systems will be announced this month. They're going to be like, you know what, guys? You're not only just getting Game Boy, we're giving you N64. We're going to give you DS, 3DS, Wii U, and GameCube all this month. Get it all.
But Nintendo would then do something really stupid like the controller with the rectangle. The touch screen it just has a picture of all of the controllers and it cycles through them. So then you have to play it using a touch screen and the fake controller on the touch screen.
That would be super dumb. I'll be honest, like Nintendo's not usually that dumb. But it will be something. If this is what they do, it will be the most annoying history because they'll be like, all right, here's the first batch of Game Boy games, Super Mario Land.
Oh God!
And next week, Alleyway.
No! It'll just be Wario's Woods or Yoshi's Cookie.
Oh my God!
It'll be like, here's your N64 games.
Mario 64 and Wave Race. Bye-bye.
Or, no, actually, no. You know what? They probably would just be a douche and just do, like, Super Mario 64 at this point. Because you would think to yourself, be like, oh, that's a great idea. Actually. But then everyone already bought it. So, they're like, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, I have another tiny bit of news that I didn't put on here that I do want to say. We are about to reach 200k dislikes on the Grand Theft Auto 5 PS5 trailer announcement.
I think it is officially the most disliked Sony trailer of all time.
That would surprise me.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
The biggest issue is people have cross-referenced this trailer and the one for PS4. There's no difference.
Oh, it's the same one.
It's the exact same things that have been shown in PS4 trailers. Like, it's the exact same thing. It's just re-uploaded in 4K, but it looks exactly the same. So people are like, so how is this enhanced?
It is now more pixels per screen.
More pixels.
Yeah, the most pixels. Everyone loves the pixels. Hopefully they come with Grand Theft Auto Oreos too.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Have like guns and drugs and shit on them.
Yeah.
I like this. Someone says, don't worry. With this finally releasing, Rockstar can focus on their next big project. GTA 5 on the PlayStation 6, baby.
Oh my God.
Which you know is already in the works. Like, yes. Same thing with Elder Scrolls.
How many times are you gonna sell us Elder Scrolls again? The other thing I really liked was apparently there was an interview where someone asked them, why should we rebuy GTA again on the PlayStation 5? And they had no answer for the question.
I mean, what do you say?
Nothing. You've got nothing. Oh, you know what? I figured it out. You know what's gonna happen?
What?
It is going to be a Wii U gamepad. Mike, you hear me? You listening closely?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what the first game that's going to be released on it is?
For like a Wii U game?
The Wii U gamepad for Switch. What will the first major title that will be released on it be?
It's like Nintendo.
What?
Like a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Like one of their published games that they still have not put out yet.
Yep. I'm laughing because it pains me, but I'm pretty sure this would actually happen because Nintendo hates their fans that much.
I don't know. What are you hitting at?
Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Oh my god. They would do some shit like that.
If I remember, like that game didn't even use the pad anyway. It's like I mean, it used it, but if they wanted to switch that one over and like dump it onto the Switch, like I don't think they would have a hard time. But yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Yeah, but that's true. That is probably what it will be, and it will still. And the worst part is, it will still be $60.
Oh yeah,
but obviously it will be digital, so it won't come with any amiibo. So you'll have to own the amiibo to play it, and they don't make them anymore. So you have to go to Five Below and pray that they still have not sold out of all of their amiibo yet. and because they did this, all the scalpers will go in and buy the Animal Crossing amiibo.
Oh yeah,
and you're just shit out of luck, kid.
At that point, you just gotta pray at that point.
Yeah, you'll have the full power of Kesha's music to get you to where you need to be. Anyway, so what else we got? The PS5 firmware update?
Yeah, so a PS5 firmware update actually came out today. There was a bunch of new stuff added. You can like rearrange your home, the launch thing, like the buttons. You know, talk about like the icons and shit like that. Whatever. The most exciting thing here is the M.2 support is finally on PS5. So now you can install a compatible M.2 drive, SSD or NVMe, and expand your storage space. The only problem is most of your NVMEs that will work with the system cost just as much as the system, more or less. So you might want to wait on that for just a little bit, because you need specific, I don't know if you guys remember, but you need like specific read-write speeds, and it also has to have a heatsink on it as well. So like the ones that specifically work with the PS5 are like $400 for a decent size.
Oh, that's fine. No big deal.
Wait, did you say $400 for a decent size?
Yeah, like a 1 terabyte.
You sure? I thought there was.
Nope. It has to be PCI Express 4.
Yeah,
one of the faster ones.
Have they jacked the prices up? Because last week when I looked, there was one for $240, and it was PCI 4. It was on Newegg. It was being it was either 1 or 2 terabytes.
That might not be the correct speed, because I think the only ones that work with the
it was
PS5...
literally being advertised as a PlayStation 5 one. Like they had like a whole thing on Newegg, and it was like PlayStation 5 confirmed drives for upgrade.
Because the only ones that I see that Amazon currently has that works with it, because remember too, you can't just get the NVMe drive. You need a heatsink as well.
Yeah, this had that included. It was one of the ones that was a. Let me check.
Yeah, because the one I was looking at, like I said, was the Western Digital Black ones, because those are the Gen 4 PCIEs that have the correct read-write speed. So like this 1 terabyte. Oh well, this 1 terabyte one is on sale right now for $180, normally $229. But then you try to get it with the heatsink that comes with it, and that's completely out of stock. So you got to get a aftermarket heatsink, which those run typically around $30-$40. But I'm gonna share this in the chat with my friends real quick.
Okay.
Well, I'll share it with you guys too.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Because this is one that works with it, but it's on sale right now.
Yeah, $210 for a 1 terabyte Patriot Viper VP for $300.
Ah, but it's Patriot.
Yeah, but okay.
That's not a good brand. I'm gonna pay this kind of money. I'm gonna pay for something good.
1 terabyte, 250 for a Western Digital Black.
Yep.
So
this one's 180 on sale from 229.
Yeah, so it's down. And then for a 2 terabyte, 430.
Yeah, because this is Gen 4 PCIe with 7,000 megabytes.
Yeah, here's the 1 terabyte I saw. I saw the FireCuda.
The FireCuda's the Seagate FireCuda is the best one you can get, but it's also the most expensive.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because that's the other thing is too is like somebody like the FireCuda I think is faster than the one that's actually on board the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, that's the one I saw for 260, expensive. And that's the 1 terabyte one.
If you want to, they have the Cyberpunk limited edition on sale or in stock for $229.
Where's that at?
Amazon.
Show me.
And this is a 1 terabyte SSD. Here we go. Seagate FireCuda.
Oh, okay. That looks so fucking sick.
That does look sick. I almost, I wish the game matched the look of that.
Yeah, I wish the game matched the aesthetic of this shit.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Cyberpunk will probably really never bounce back.
No. But yeah, so there's finally that support. But like at this point, like, I don't know, unless you have the extra cash to really expend on an NVMe right now for the PS5, I don't see the reason of getting one.
I think with the 1 terabytes, like you already said, there was one that was 180, right, for a 1 terabyte.
Well, it's on sale right now for 180.
Yeah. With a sale already happening and like it just released the firmware for it and everything, I think we'll be able to probably by the holiday, maybe like end of Q1 next year, be able to purchase them for like 150 for like a 1 terabyte or like 129.99.
Because what I want to get a Samsung 980 Pro.
That'd be nice.
That's currently going for 189.
Yeah, no.
For 1 terabyte though. Which isn't terrible, but yeah. So if you want more space on your PS5, it's probably better right now too. Like I don't see the point of this for me personally, because obviously I have the disc drive. But like if you're somebody who bought the all digital PS5, I'm sure you're probably waiting for this.
It installs off the disc.
No, if you had an all digital PS5.
I know, but you said you have a disc drive, and I was like, that doesn't matter because it installs to your system.
No, you're right. Yes, you're right. What I'm saying is that I would be more inclined to delete and install.
Because you have the disc and
because I have the disc and you're not running up if you're a Comcast subscriber.
Well, I am going to say one thing about that because I thought the exact same way as you, but then I got smacked with reality because I know exactly what you're thinking. But then you got to remember, day 1 updates, month 1 updates, month 2 updates, month 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. Sometimes when you put that disc in, it's like, all right, we've installed your game. 40 more gigabytes that need to be downloaded to update this game. And it's just like,
true, but would you have a difference of only downloading 40 gigabytes or like 120?
Well, that's the other thing I was going to point out. If you look around at most games that are PlayStation 5 specific games, like they don't go over 100 gigabytes.
Well, what's Dark Souls?
43, I think.
Really?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Let me give.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, the PS5, like the way they do the packing of games when you download them and install them is very, very well done. So it looks like with updates and everything, it's like 68 gigs.
Okay.
So altogether, 68 gigs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to,
still not massive amount compared to like PlayStation 4, where you had games that were literally like 130, nearly 200 gigabytes. They've done a lot better way of, what is the word I'm looking for? Like optimizing the compression. Yes, they've done way better with compression this time around.
Yeah, I love that.
Same. And it's actually kind of funny because like when you download a game that's like a PS4 non PlayStation 5 game and it doesn't have like an upgrade path or anything, you're always like, why is this game 140 gigs? And then you're like, oh, because it's a PS4 game. Fuck.
Yep. But yeah, so if you were hankering to install expanded storage for your PS5, you can do that now.
Yeah, you can.
We got an app for that.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's all the new, the important stuff that I saw.
There's one more news piece that I just saw.
Okay.
I forgot about it. It's not breaking. It's just we just didn't put it down. But the judge did reach a ruling in the Apple versus Epic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah, and it was interesting because the big thing is because you remember, like, Epic's like, this whole store is unfair and we want to open our own app store. And the judge was basically like, no, you can't do that. Sorry. But they were like, you can put your own, like, methods of payment into it. You can either direct people to an external site or you can put mechanisms into the app to do it yourself. So, like, there was like 10 counts and 9 of them were in favor of Apple, with that being the only one that was in favor of Epic. So Apple considers it a win overall because they were already starting to like make molasses movement towards it anyways, with some other rulings that have happened over the last year. And Epic's like, this is bullshit. And so they're already appealing. So we shall see what happens with the next stage. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, what did the judge say? Something like, there's nothing wrong with like being good at making money or something. That's what they said with Apple. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that ends up shaping things out. I kind of wonder if Apple's going to end up changing how they handle apps in the future now. Because obviously, if like they're not required to use the payment stuff through Apple themselves, like what incentive is Apple going to have for developers to use it so that they can get a share of, the app cost? Because otherwise, everyone just put out a free one and then just have it be like pay through the app. And then
there might be like a loophole for that now, right? Where they can be like, all right, cool, you have to be able to have your own way of purchasing. But maybe now they're like, oh, well, we won't allow an app onto the store that has that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we'll give you that option, but then maybe like on their own hush-hush level, they're like, well, let's just not let them on.
Yeah, just not. Well, denied.
Yeah.
Not approved. Or it could even be something that they could do where it's like, hey, if you keep in-app purchases in there, we'll keep the market free and open like we have in the past. But if you choose to do like a free app with in-app like purchases that don't use Apple's market, then you have to pay to put your app up here.
Yeah.
So I'm sure like that will get sorted out eventually, because I'm sure there's already developers that are like, oh yeah, like we're gonna change shit up. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Like, Apple will be fine. Like, you're not gonna kill them with this, anyways. Yeah. They'll be fine. And in the grand scheme of things, it is better for a lot of developers that put stuff out there, because there are because you get all those weird things like Netflix, where like Netflix doesn't let you actually sign up through like the App Store. Like you have to already have activated an account from Netflix elsewhere to use it on the App Store. So, but we shall see. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
I actually have another piece of breaking news.
Oh, breaking news!
Yeah, breaking news. Hey, anybody remember Deltarune from October 31st, 2018?
Oh, yeah.
Chapter 2 releases tomorrow.
It does.
Oh, random.
For free.
Yep. Chapter 2 of Deltarune will drop on September 17th. Officially confirmed. It'll be releasing first on Mac and PC, and then other systems later.
Oh, but no TBD.
We don't have an official thing for that. Probably going through the process of being allowed by Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, that sort of thing.
Okay. All right.
That's all I got.
And so nothing else? No one's got anything else?
Nah.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Well then, you guys ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, or wherever else you get your podcasts. We are there. And if you want to find us, we're on Facebook, Twitter, or you can send us an email at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon.
Hey.
Any final thoughts?
No.
All right. Nick?
Pee pee poo poo.
Yeah? It's always a good one.
That's a final thought.
Yeah?
I want that to be my final thought.
Like
before you die?
The final thought.
Like right before I die, I want to think pee pee poo poo, giggle, and then done.
That's a good way to go out.
Right? Just one last time. One for the road.
One for the road.
Was it today or yesterday? My aunt sent a text message out.
Was it pee pee poo poo?
No, just kind of. So my grandma's been sick for a while, and she's been doing well, like right now. But it's just a matter of time, really. But she sent out a message today that was just like, how did it go? It was like, hello, everyone. It was a group text to like pretty much the whole family. And it was like, just wanted to let you know that it's now time to tie up any loose ends. And I was like, is Grandma like dying like right now? And then like 10 minutes later, she sent a text message and it's like, yeah, so if there's any stuff you want from Grandma's house, like, come and get it. She's going to start, like, figuring out who she wants to give stuff to. You know, whatever. But it was just kind of more like a continuation of her, like, giving stuff away. But not because, like, anything imminent is happening. But just the way she worded it. And I was like, oh, ooh. I'm, like, not ready for that yet. So, okay. Anyways, on that note, morbid note, my name is Mike Anastasia. Buy me online. I'm Clash Penguin on Twitter, your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
Game
on.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Good, how are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good.
Are you sure you're actually here?
I'm right here.
You're not working?
Nope, I am here.
I'm actually amazed.
You and me both, actually. You and me both.
I'm so sorry.
Hey. 'Tis what it is.
What it is money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's money.